When it comes to the ending of the Mortal Kombat film, I think it's pretty evident and clear the direction of the sequel. At least I think most MK fans can connect the dots because they're pretty evident and pretty in your face. So let's talk about the ending of the film and what the people that wrote the film are saying about the setup. So quite obviously, if you've seen the Mortal Kombat movie, you know exactly what the ending of the film is. If you haven't, I don't know why you're watching this, but spoiler alert, as Cole is ready to leave his days of fighting for $200 a night behind him and travel to Hollywood, we get the tease of why he's going to Hollywood. He's obviously not aspiring to be an actor himself. Instead, he's after the one and only Johnny Cage, because we see a poster for one of his films right there as the credits start to roll. So recently, the writer of the film, Greg Russo, explained the setup for the sequel, which obviously he says is that teaser at the end. And he says that they went through multiple versions of how to try to set up that scene and the poster, and this was something that they came up with very early on. And naming it Citizen Cage, for example, they thought it would be funny and you knew exactly what was happening. So when you do that pan over to it, fans know exactly what's happening, and new people might be intrigued by it, which obviously would make them wonder what exactly is going on and who is this person. Now again, if this is your first time with anything Mortal Kombat, I think, unless you've lived in some sort of void, you've never heard of Johnny Cage. And I know because I watched it with some family members on my wife's side of it, they've never picked up a Mortal Kombat anything. They even knew who Johnny Cage was. So quite clearly, this was a smart tease for the future. Now, at the same time, setting this up as a, future-proof sort of a, hey, when we get to it, you're going to see Johnny Cage is smart because you already sort of know what to expect, right? It gives you that familiar ground, but like this first film, they're quite clearly going to change some elements of it, which, again, I am okay with that to a degree, but we just have to wait and see. And they did go back and mention something else that they mentioned before the first film came out, and that's that the second film would be more in line with a traditional Mortal Kombat film, whatever that means, because we've only had Mortal Kombat and Annihilation, and let's not do Annihilation again. And they also never mentioned Conquest. You cowards, it was a great series. Anyways, they did directly say, hey, when we get to that sequel, Johnny Cage will be one of the main players, main character, so that's good to know. So if you're a big Johnny Cage fan that missed him and wants to see what they do with him, let's hope you get everything you want out of that sequel, whenever we get to a sequel.